Brisbane in one action. Scooped up by Michael Hancock. Now away to Kevin Walters. Oh, shut the gate.
The Broncos are back in form.
Hold the phone. They're on their way again.
High on confidence after 2 smashing semis.
Julian O'Neill does the dance. Gets away. Still going.
But the Bulldogs have a point to prove.
Polonauta for Sidaris.
The minor premiers have the class.
He's away, Polonauta. Finds the ball.
But are they good enough to stop the Broncos?
Darren Smith it is, tries to get outside Michael Hancock. Floats the pass infield. Scotty Wilson goes for the line. Scores!
Canterbury and Brisbane. The final solution.
The defending premiers take on the minor premiers this afternoon as we welcome you to the Sydney Football Stadium for the final between Brisbane and Canterbury. The prize, of course, a winner moving through next week to the grand final. St George already qualifying for that big one next week, the end of the season decider. A lot of wear and tear on both of these teams in the last couple of weeks, and as always, some conjecture about what the final lineup will be. And Paul Vaughton, some unexpected faces taking the field.
Yeah, Pete, for the Brisbane side, Lazarus is out, as we all know. Now, his spot has been taken by Gavin Allen. I mean, he hasn't played much football on the top grade of late. Andrew G remains on the bench. Out in the centre, Steve Renouf comes into the side, of course, and Willie Kahn goes back out in the wing, which means that Wendell Saylor misses out. He's back on the bench. And for Canterbury, Brett Dallas comes into the side after a 6-week layoff through injury, and he has replaced... Who's the other winger? It's the Doolan, who plays second grade, of course. Yeah.
After last weekend, the question everybody is asking, are Canterbury going to be able to bounce back from what was a fairly comprehensive defeat?
Look, Peter, I don't think so. If they were playing any other side, I might give them some hope. No doubt they'll play better than they did last week. They have to. They made far too many mistakes, and especially in their own half, and gave over too much possession. Brisbane have scored 66 points in the last 2 matches. They're on fire. I think they've got too many big guns for the Canterbury side.
Well, Chris Anderson was not that disappointed with the effort that went in for his team last week. But only moments ago, we asked him what he thought his side needed to do to beat Brisbane this afternoon.
Well, we just have to play our normal game, really. We've concentrated on that all week. It's our game that got us here, our attacking game. That's probably what let us down a little bit last week. And we just got a little bit against St George. We're sending blokes in, one out, and we just got to back each other up as we go in. It's as simple as that. I think we just got to each play the ball. We've got to take it as it is. We tend to be hanging back a little bit and waiting for the next one.
OK, the guys are about to take the field, which they'll be doing very shortly. What's the final thing you'll say to them?
Not a great deal, mate. If they're not ready now, they won't be ready. We've had a good week. I think they're much more relaxed this week, so hopefully just a few little last-minute instructions, probably more to settle meeting than the players, but not too much.
There's no doubt the pressure and emotion that the Canterbury guys went through last week will help them this week. And a few doubts in this Brisbane lineup, carrying injuries, and I think there'll be a fair bit of action off the interchange bench. Once again, all the news from down on the sidelines will be brought to us by Gene Miles and Steve Roach. And Blocker, what is the news down there?
Well, Pete, Canterbury have won the toss and they're going to defend the scoreboard end. There's a big breeze behind them in the first half. That should help them. It's blown up very big just in the last 10 minutes. And Gene Miles, another pressure game for the Brisbane Broncos. Can they win?
Yeah, that's right, Block. It's a game. The trend for the semi-final series so far has been a torrid first 20 minutes, but immediately there's a crack in the opposition. Well, that team has gone on to win.
Well, from the reports, Brisbane are going to go in very strong favourites here, Paul. Do they deserve that, and are you tipping them?
I'm going to stick with them, Pete. I think they're playing too good. There's so many good players in this side. You look at Langer, the Walters boys, Gilmeister, who actually strained a hamstring on Thursday, but he'll be okay today, should get through the match. They're all in such good form, and Canterbury last week were very, very disappointing. I can't see anything but a Brisbane win. Let's hope it's not a 20-point job, but I think Brisbane will win and win it quite well.
Yeah, I'm not writing Canterbury off. I think that they're big chances. If they can get 8 or 10 points on the board early, then they might just be able to shut Brisbane down to some extent. To see if that is the case and which side moves through to next week's grand final against St George, we'll go to a break now, but we'll be back with all the action of this final between Brisbane and Canterbury with Ray Warren after the break.